of the platform sports talk show. Once again, it's your boy Smooth.
And Sadal.
And Stanton, baby.
Thanks for your patience. We hope to have a smoother, no pun intended, stream for the rest of the show.
I don't believe that at all.
Right.
You could have said better.
Yeah. I could have, whatever. All right, but we back. So let's go ahead and get into the first topic. Oh, no, I forgot. Last one, but definitely not least, happened last night. I was DJing at Word Up Open Mic, and I saw my phone that Magic Johnson steps down as the Lakers president of basketball operations.
First of all, why?
Because he want to get out of Dodge. Okay.
That's the biggest question right now is why? Everybody's speculating. I didn't see the story per se. I saw the reactions.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody's asking, well, he's stepping down because of this. No, he's stepping down because of that. What is the reason?
You got any thoughts, Stanley? You said something.
He said he
pre-show.
want to have fun. He said it wasn't fun. I bet it wasn't fun. So you got to deal with LeBron James? That ain't fun. Everybody be like, oh, you just trying to do all this because you got LeBron James. LeBron this. You don't need that, brother. You got LeBron. LeBron. He ain't better than Kobe. LeBron. Lonzo, LeBron.
And he got tired of it.
How you still here when you had LeBron? Like,
So
he knew that when he brought him to the team.
So we all know that, he had this, theater. He had a theater business. He had the Starbucks thing.
He's an entrepreneur.
Right. So he felt with what he was doing with all those other, things that he was doing as an entrepreneur and being having a little control of the Dodgers as well. He thought that he can go right into this role with the Lakers and be like, hey, I'm the Magic Man. I'm going to just do this. And all of a sudden, this guy going to come to L.A. That guy is going to come to L.A. It's going to be all, just roses, right? After seeing a lot of different reports, which I'm going to play a video soon to get your headsets ready.
Get your headphones ready.
Right. But overall, Magic Johnson was not fit for this position. Because he know he had to make tough decisions in regards to personnel. They were saying that Jeannie Buss gave him the go-ahead to fire Luke Walton. And he said he was close to doing it. But then what he do? He ended up leaving himself. Word is that he wanted other assistant coaches, a new staff pretty much, to join Luke Walton to better the team overall. That was what his thought was. Then there's word of some shady stuff going on. So while he thinking one thing is happening, something else, like Rob Pelinka, the GM, is doing some shady stuff in the back.
Oh, wow.
So that's why he was saying on his interview that he wasn't in a happy place. He felt handcuffed. He wasn't himself. So you couldn't deal with whatever the backstabbing that was going on, but then also the role that he was trying to do, it just wasn't meant for him. If you think about it, how many happy-go-lucky NBA players do you see turn GM or turn president of a team?
Shoot, NBA
and be successful doing it.
Any sport.
Pat Riley.
No. Happy-go-lucky. Magic Johnson is hey, da-da-da-da. He ain't like a Charles Barkley or a Paul Pierce, you know what I'm saying? In which those guys are basically people who call them assholes.
Like football, like
exactly,
GM,
exactly,
like Lynch,
right? So you have that going along with him coaching. Being a president of a team that you played, that you are a legend in. He didn't want his name to be associated with legend, but tore the franchise up. Or couldn't bring the franchise back to that level that everybody is expecting to see.
Prominence.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot going on, and especially when you quit your job without even telling your own boss.
He told him in the interview. So as of now,
Told him in the interview.
he said,
Yes.
so as of now, I'm stepping down. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Like Jenny Buss didn't have no idea until she saw a notification, like you do when you see us live on YouTube. When you subscribe and click that bell. She didn't get that. She got that notification. Like what?
When the ish went live, she got notified.
She like, wait a minute, huh? So that shows how much he was not in a happy place, and that had to say something about yourself too. This doesn't make Magic look good at all. No. To do it how he did it. You know, you would thought someone else would, somebody else on a lower scale would do that, but Magic Johnson to do that, it just shows to me that he wasn't the right man for the job. He didn't want to handle going to this city here or that place there and do this and go there. He didn't want to put in all that time. Or how many times was he getting fined for tampering?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Anthony Davis. Oh, yeah, he's a great. You can't do that.
Can't do it.
Oh, James Harden, but the Magic
got his own,
exactly
his own place and position. He was able to do that. And don't get me wrong, he's a great businessman.
Yeah,
he did great things in
businessman.
He keeps doing
right,
that.
right. But
it's just not his.
In regards to running a operation like a NBA basketball franchise, where you have to you can't be in your feelings in regards to decisions.
I mean, that's just in business too,
right?
It's the same thing in business. You can't be in your feelings in business.
Right.
You got to be decisive. You can't. You can put on that happy-go-lucky face, but you can't be happy-go-lucky doing business.
Right.
So he should know that. But it's basketball. See, it's different because, it was a game. It was something that he enjoyed and something that he loved to do. And I don't think he felt comfortable treating it like a business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So check out what Jalen Rose said. This is today on.
Nobody care about Jalen Rose
on First Take.
Get Ja Rule on the phone. What Ja Rule got to say?
I'm playing this, and it's not about caring about what he's, caring about the man, but just hear what he says, because I totally agree, actually, with what he's saying here.
Magic Johnson is my childhood idol. This picture was taken 26 years ago.
You got to move it over a little. There we go.
This was taken 26 years ago. Stephen A's been covering the league 25 years. I'm going to tell you guys why Magic Johnson actually stepped down. He stepped down because he wasn't able to finish the job. That's the flat-out truth. He was able to deliver LeBron James, which is an iconic basketball player, but the Lakers didn't make the playoffs this year. The second part of the job was to deliver a max-level free agent. This is why you let Julius Randle walk for nothing. This is why you trade Mozgov's contract and you trade D'Angelo Russell. You try to, during the season, get Anthony Davis. That blows up in your face. And now that deal won't look as good in the future because we don't know what Brandon Ingram's future is going to hold because he has a blood clot issue. Lonzo Ball has had an injury-riddled season. And so, therefore, if the top free agents, who I'm calling the 4Ks, Kawhi, KD, Kyrie, and Clay, if none of them are coming to the Los Angeles Lakers, the job will be incomplete because what I've been trying to tell people all season, not only were they not going to compete this year, if they're not able to get one of those players, and including Anthony Davis, who doesn't control his own destiny because the Pelicans will not talk to the Lakers because they felt like they tampered with him and they felt like Magic was the person that did it. Therefore, he's not going to be able to deliver. Magic Johnson.
So it kind of adds on to what I was saying.
Nutshell.
Yeah.
Man, let's go ahead and settle this right now. Reports are coming out that KD to the Knicks is reportedly a done deal. So those reports are coming out. They also got the reports and all the talk, and everybody's expecting Kyrie to jump ship to L.A. We all know he ain't staying in Boston. You don't say I don't owe this city and then stay. You don't do that. You don't do that. Kawhi not going nowhere. I know that. And unless these Warriors pay Clay the money he want, Clay gonna be gone. I don't know where Clay going. It'd be nice if he went to the Lakers.
Sure would.
But, I don't think they're going to pay that money because it's too many contracts for them to focus on. Somebody going to have to take the L. And for the first time in history, it's going to be a light-skinned person.
And then Stephen A. Smith, he chimed in. He says, and there's so much stuff that's been going on. It's absolutely ridiculous. You hear about some expose that ESPN or someone was going to report because people were chirping about what he was like as a boss. That annoyed him as a boss. You got Rob Pelinka, the general manager, pivotal in all this because he was the individual who was talked about at Lakers facilities, constantly joking around, asking the question, well, where is Magic? So basically, like I said before, he wasn't always around to handle basketball-related activities. He was always gone doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. So he was being perceived as a absentee executive. So like I said, he's hearing the stuff like he ain't around.
And he's got all these businesses too. This kid
Right. So he also said Magic, according to his sources, until a few weeks ago, Magic and Pelinka were fine. Then all of a sudden, Magic became aware that things were going on behind the scenes that he didn't like, and he thought it was coming from Rob Pelinka. So Pelinka, in defense of himself, was absolutely right to come to his defense because you got people that are jealous and envious of his accomplishments and could be lying about Pelinka. But it really got to Magic Johnson. So, like I said, man, there's a whole lot of issues going on with the Lakers. And my thing is, I wonder what LeBron's mindset is now. Like, what the heck did I get myself into?
And not only is he into it, he in this for 4 years.
Will he?
Guaranteed.
Will he? No, well, they can trade him. You know, the brand new GM or president of operations, they can just say, you know what, bump this.
Smooth. Let me ask you something. If you got LeBron on your team and you trade him, how quick you think that pink slip gonna come to your office?
Hey, sometimes it's just,
you gonna have to trade this brother for
doing what's best for the team,
half the team and all the first round picks and money and a car and a coach and a new stadium and the cure to cancer. You gonna have to trade a lot for. Ain't nobody gonna give up.
I don't think so because look at the age LeBron is at now.
Yeah, he ain't the same LeBron.
Exactly, and then plus.
No.
Like what Jalen Rose said earlier.
Hold on.
You got all these teams.
It's just like Tom Brady, man. You can't play forever.
Hold on.
But you got all these teams who are reluctant to work with the Lakers to even get a trade. So if you can't even add pieces to your team to even be better because of LeBron, and they are seeing that, then that's going to propel them to say, you know, well, maybe we don't need LeBron. Think about it.
All right. Think about it. Let's look back because wasn't none of this talk going on before he got hurt. And that was a freak injury. Nobody saw that happening. Let's talk about what was happening at the time of the injury. They was whooping the Warriors. They were number 4 in the West after being like number 9 and 10 for the past 3 years. One injury happened. Okay. Of course, they go down because they don't know how to operate without LeBron. They were so invested in LeBron that when your investment fell through, you didn't know what to do. And then other people started going down. And then it was like, oh, man, we don't know what's going on. I'm telling you right now, if LeBron didn't get hurt, well, none of this talk be happening. AD probably would have got to the team. They'd be in the playoffs.
That I don't agree with.
Yeah, I that was a long shot with AD. They'd be in the playoffs right now. LeBron probably would have been sat down for the last game because they would have wanted to rest him for the playoffs. But all this comes back to that injury. If you give LeBron this summertime to do all the magic and stuff that LeBron does, I don't know what he does to come back year after year, killing it the way he does. If you give him this time, I guarantee you, I'm saying it right now, this time next year, we're prepping for the Lakers in the playoffs.
T-Bone
What'd he
says Kobe was great until he got hurt. So yes, it hurts LeBron's value.
Well, Kobe hurt his Achilles. These are nuts. Like I know, like naturally it hurts more on you, but as far as your ability to play, that's like you ain't.
My thing is look at the mileage.
You ain't running with you run with your legs, not your look.
And T-Bone also says your whole team is dependent on one player.
That's every team LeBron is on. Come on now.
But LeBron also had K-Love. He also had Kyrie.
He's always
he
had
also had
cast.
D-Wade. He also had Chris Bosh.
And who did they all depend on?
But
LeBron.
But they still had the other pieces. Lakers, you can't say they got Lonzo. Whoop-de-doo. They got Ingram. Whoop-de-doo. Ain't no one scared of them. But you got Hall of Famers in D-Wade and Chris Bosh. And who else I say? Kyrie, he gonna be a Hall of Famer. You can't say right now Ingram and Ball and whoever's gonna be a Hall of Famer, Kuzma. You can't say that right now. You can't say that right now.
Now, right now, you can't.
And then plus, they may get traded anyway. If they want to bring in more pieces. But if teams keep on saying, because of the whole AD thing with Rich Paul, the NBA is trying to block the Lakers, more so LeBron, for real, from getting what he wants.
They don't want another super team. They don't.
No, I wouldn't even put it at that, because if they didn't want a super team, we wouldn't be seeing this team in Golden State.
They don't want, in particular, they don't want
LeBron to have another super team.
LeBron, right. Because
for some strange reason, don't nobody like LeBron. He ain't got no blemishes on this record. This brother ain't never did nothing. He ain't even got a damn traffic ticket. Because he don't drive. Like, he really don't. He got a chauffeur. He be in the backseat jamming every time on Instagram. But it's something that they don't like. They don't want him to have that good teammate. But nobody stopped Mike from getting Pippen. Nobody stopped that. Nobody stopped the Rodman stuff.
I mean, they drafted Pippen.
Right.
And Jordan never went after.
He didn't ask for Rodman.
Chase after all these players.
He didn't say, hey, Phil Jackson,
go get Rodman.
What's the former Jerry Reinsdorf? Hey, go ahead and get Rodman. They didn't do all that.
Man.
They were asking Jordan, like, is it okay for you?
It was like
the same thing they doing with LeBron.
Right.
Same thing they doing with LeBron. You can't sit here and tell me they ain't asking LeBron questions.
Jordan didn't shop around, and he didn't hop from team to team either. He stayed with the Bulls most of his career.
T-Bone says you can't make an argument of having LeBron with the Lakers and then say it's not a huge deal that he got hurt. It's not the first time. It won't be the last time he gets hurt, especially now that, and I'm adding on, especially now that he's getting older in age. Yeah. And all the mileage that he has. He's not, like as T-Bone said and I said earlier, his value has declined. Shoot, they even did a see, look at him.
A new streak has begun.
Here we go. But
also wanted to
even added on to the player poll. They was like, if you started a NBA team right now, who would be the first guy that you would choose? And this was anonymous. One was Giannis. Number 5 was LeBron James. 2 or 3 years ago, maybe even last year, you would have said LeBron. But now everyone is seeing that he's getting older. They don't see the hunger that he has anymore. And this is not a LeBron bashing segment. This is just telling it what it is from what we've been seeing this past year in LA. And it sucked that he got hurt. And it's possible that they would have, been a whole lot better if he didn't get hurt. Yeah. But as a GM or as a president of basketball operations, you can't live off of what if. The measure of a man is how you handle adversity. That's what they grade you on. And that's why Magic said, you know what?
Life grades you on.
Exactly. And that's why Magic was like, you know what? This job just isn't for me. And it was bad how he did it. But I'm glad that he did it.
Yeah, T-Bone goes on to say, too much risk versus reward. The West has too many good teams to risk your future for one player. You need more balanced team.
Now, do you recall when Brian Beck was on the show And T-Bone, you did say that about LeBron too. We'll bring that up in a second. But he was like, well, no, I'm sorry, Coach Betts. I mean, he was like, no, don't fire Luke Walton. He's not the problem. The problem is you're trying to trade these youngsters like Kuzma and Lonzo and Brandon and stuff for having them grow in the system so that they can be in the long run better players.
Right. Because you're trying to build a team.
So it goes into that. But T-Bone, we had a show last year and he was live here and he made the argument about LeBron when we discussed him trying to go to Philadelphia.
Right.
And we were like how LeBron may not fit in with that system. Hey, congrats, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congrats, bro. But for all the other folks watching this show, man, please give us your comments, your thoughts throughout the show about how Magic did everything. If you are a big-time Laker fan or not, give us your thoughts throughout the show so we can interact with you and go back and forth and have fun with this. But a whole lot going down with the round table.
Dang, that was the longest round. That was like an hour-long round table, man.
But we had the breaks and everything. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what it's all about, man. About having a good time discussing the hot topics and everything like that. So let's go ahead and get this thing going.
Let's roll through this
right
now when everything is different.
We done talked about a lot of stuff, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get through this.
But thanks for watching the show. All right. Thoughts on March Madness.
Damn the pickers.
We had it. Now we talking about the bracket. Yeah, we just talking about the actual game. But Virginia versus Texas Tech, two teams no one really saw going to the national championship game. Didn't have no 5-star players, no Naismith Player of the Year candidates, no top freshmen, whatever. You just had teams with a lot of junior, senior experience.
A lot of grit.
Right. And it was a great game. First half was maybe a little bit slow, but the second half picked up. And Virginia at the end in overtime won the game. It was some controversy though. Refs missed some calls. Now the game with Texas Tech and Virginia, which was on Saturday, they missed the double dribble call. Clearly it was a double dribble. But they got the other call right when the man fouled the guy at the 3-point line. Then, in the national championship game, they were saying that there could have been a missed call at the end of the game as well. But overall, once again, Virginia won. Thoughts on the tournament and the games?
Yeah. I'm just gonna be honest.
Leave it to those who watched it.
I didn't even watch it, man.
That's all. Hey,
I did them a bracket and said we should do ESPN Tournament Challenge, and promptly broke that bracket. And I just said, you know what, I'm not gonna watch it.
So with these two teams who made it to the championship game, is this gonna pave the way? Now, like a precedent, like you're gonna start seeing more of these experienced teams.
Well, we talked about this.
Going deeper from now on. Yeah,
we talked about this last year. It's gonna be. We knew it was gonna be parity. We talked about it last year about the parity, and we were kind of discussing this also when we were talking about if the NBA allows people coming out of high school again, how you will see the players that are not quite good enough to come out of high school stay 4 years at these universities and then go on to build great teams. And that's what you're going to continue to see.
Yeah.
You're going to continue to see those Virginias because Virginia didn't come out of nowhere.
Right. And then for them,
now they lost out of nowhere last year.
That's the big thing I was about to bring up. To lose to a 16 seed the first time in history, and then the next year to win, go all the way. That's big.
Well, Virginia's always they've just been consistent, like for the past few years now.
Yeah,
and nobody really talked about them.
I mean, well, yeah, they've been consistent, but this was the first time for both teams getting to the national championship game.
It is, but they were consistently good.
So it just shows you the unpredictability in March Madness.
Yeah, but it's just that perseverance for teams that do stay together, that just work, just put their head down and work and grind. That's what Virginia did for the past few years, and it paid off this year.
Yeah. So congrats to Virginia Cavaliers for
And congrats to everybody who picked them winning. It was like 3 people.
Right. Now we can go ahead and talk about once again these
And congrats to
results.
me
And
on the rise. I remember when I was the butt of the jokes. Now,
uh-oh.
and that's all I'm gonna say. I just remember
the look of this thing by Sadal.
oh,
right now.
how the tides have turned.
You got the wind sound. It don't take all that. It don't take all that.
We sound like that soothing track you play when you go to bed. The sounds of the ocean.
So
You know what? ESPN are some savages.
what they say? It said your pick was incorrect.
In big bold red
Yeah, they
letters.
said that. They
Your
said
pick
that for
was
me, too.
incorrect.
Yeah.
And what's smooth
Well,
on
damn.
his is
You
gonna say
ain't
the same
you ain't
thing.
alone, bro. You ain't alone. So once again, it was myself. It was Stan tied for first. Then it was ABQ Sports Crew. Shouts out to them. Check them out on YouTube as well. And then last but definitely not least, you have Sadal.
Look.
But we should try it again next year, hopefully, if Sadal is still down.
I might.
If he's not too discouraged from the whooping he got.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take my same approach.
See, I
Put
don't
it
take,
in the
I
NFL
don't take
platform
this
pick'ems.
whipping. Personally.
I'm gonna take my same approach toward the NFL next year, and we gonna see what happens. I'm picking all underdogs.
Oh, and R.J. Barrett from Duke announced he's going to go to the draft. Trey Jones, he said he's coming back. Zion has not said anything yet.
He's coming.
And I think I feel like Cam Reddish should stay in college as well, but we'll see. From college to the NBA.
All I'm saying is Zion trying to get that bag. It's like on one end he wants to win, but at the other end he don't want to do what happened again. That's why I'm telling you, he need to sign with Reebok.
I don't think he's gonna do it.
That'll be a game changer. It'll be a turnaround.
That'll be look, because Reebok is resurging. They trying to rebrand. What better way to do it than with another big man?
Beyonce
But you know what?
Beyonce hurt that.
Little history. When Jordan signed with Nike, Nike was one of those companies like Nike who? What is Nike?
Right.
And then Jordan signed with him. Boom.
Yeah, and I brought up Beyonce because she had an offer from Reebok,
Man, look, let me tell you.
but
something.
she turned that down because she felt like it wasn't enough diversity.
That's Beyonce. Beyonce is like 40 something or 30 something or whatever. Got millions of dollars, been doing this for a while. Zion trying to get started somewhere. He ain't got to stay with Reebok. Look at what John Wall did. He ain't got to stay there. But that's a good way to get yourself out there. You try the boy. That is really apples and oranges.
I mean, but like, isn't
That's
it?
like a big ass bag of
Reebok
apples.
used to be on top back in the day.
And I was gonna say, isn't it bad that you have these players who, did go through you, but then they left you?
I mean, when you think about it, all the brands used to be on top. You remember when Under Armour first came out? We must protect this house. You remember that?
Ray Lewis and
Adidas used to be on top. Reebok used to be on top. Nike just got there and stayed there with all the people. Nike wouldn't be nothing without Mike. I'm saying that right now. You just made that point.
yeah.
Nike wasn't nothing without that.
It would be Nike who?
It's either Converse is owned by Nike now. I was gonna be like, it's either Reebok or Converse.
Converse was the big shoe.
Converse
back then.
was the big shoe.
That was the big boy.
Had Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, was Charles Barkley over there?
Dr. J
No, Dr. J.
and Barkley was Nike.
Yeah, Barkley was Nike.
He had them cold CB 34s.
94. Oh, well, they had the 94s too.
Oh, okay.
I guess those dropped in 94. I don't know.
And you already said Shaq, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shaq was the biggest athlete Reebok ever had, man. Like, literally.
So continuing on with the NBA, man. Last games of the NBA season is tonight. Playoffs started in 3 days. Thoughts on the overall NBA season, man?
Wow.
It just kind of stayed this way, like from the beginning of the season to the end. It's like they pretty much stayed where they are. The Bucks, Raptors, Sixers, from Golden State to the Nuggets to the Rockets. I mean,
So,
nobody really moved
which team or
except
teams?
for the Lakers.
Which team or teams surprised you the most in regards to their success?
The Lakers,
No, their success.
their success.
Yeah,
The Nuggets.
yeah. Because I didn't see that coming at all.
No way.
I'll say the
We
Lakers
were
for the
joking.
first half of the
We were
season.
joking about the Nuggets. Just because they drafted the old boy from Mizzou.
Can I make my prediction right now? Nuggets out in the first round. That's gonna be the upset because you know who they're going against. Pop.
Now, that could change depending on tonight's games because it could switch.
That's set.
Oh, it is set.
Everything's set in
Okay,
the West.
okay,
We
never
waiting
mind.
on the East to get set.
Okay.
The West is set.
Yeah, because I'm looking here and it says that the Clippers and the Spurs both have the same record. So
I'm looking here too.
so tonight's game determines if it be switched or not. Right now they have the Spurs at the 7th spot, Clippers at the 8th spot. So it could change depending on the night's games. So if it's the Clippers at the 7th spot,
Oh yeah, Spurs got it because they got a freaking 20-point lead right now.
okay. And the Clippers, how they looking right now? They ain't played
Clippers
yet.
ain't played yet.
Okay.
They playing at 9:30. So on the West Coast.
But yeah, if they do play the Spurs, which is Denver,
That's a wrap.
yeah,
That's a wrap. When the last time Pop got
wanna
eliminated
say-
in the first round?
I don't want to say I totally agree, but I can see why you're saying that because it's the Spurs.
When the last time Pop gone in the first round?
Man, but
I can tell you the last time Denver was gone
Wait
in
a
the
minute.
first round.
Last year. Last year, the Spurs lost in the first round.
That don't count. Zaza was playing dirty.
But
Zaza was playing dirty. That
the
don't
Nuggets
count.
have surprised us all year.
Yes, they have.
So
And then, I mean, look at the Bucks. Who thought they'd be the number 1 overall seed in basketball?
well,
I look.
I mean,
The way Giannis bulked up and was playing last year.
I mean, but y'all.
it's not too far off. I'm not gonna say.
I don't think no one here would have said they would be the number 1
but
overall.
I wouldn't say they would have been lower than 4.
I mean, they were 3 games over above the Golden State for the best record in
I
all of
forgot who
basketball.
I picked before. I didn't pick them number 1, but it doesn't surprise me.
Look, I had Boston and LA.
That they're number 1.
Well,
Right.
I almost had it too. If it wasn't for them dang nuts.
You said nuts.
Yes. I would have been right if it wasn't for them dang nuts. Talking about LeBron. I would y'all know I would have had it. Cause I was like, they gonna meet in the finals. They were right there. They were like
Folks, my bad. I'm like, huh?
you
I'm
would-
like, I'm saying, wait. I'm like, what you talking
I mean,
about?
yeah,
bro?
that's you. But I would have thought out of all people,
Oh, really?
you.
Oh, no. No. I only talking about.
no.
no, not today.
The Orlando Magic.
No here.
They hung on and they have a 7 seed right now.
They gone in the first round too.
Yeah, more likely, of course. But
Only thing is, this time,
Nets.
yes,
The
6th spot.
Brooklyn Nets.
If they hold on tight, they should be the 6 keep the 6th spot. So
and they going against Philly. I predict 7 games over there.
think so.
I predict 7.
Yeah.
D'Lo doing this thing,
Got ice in his veins, man.
right?
But yeah, if Orlando stays in the 7th spot, they gone in the first round against Kawhi now.
Yeah.
That's that. Well,
Uh-oh.
nice to have you back.
A relative in Orlando says the Magic made the playoffs. I'll take it. T-Bone. Yeah, so shouts out to them. T-Bone, let me know if you can make it out to a game, man. A playoff game. Let me know how the atmosphere is if you do go out to a Magic game for the playoffs. Once again, starts in 3 days.
Magic ain't been in the playoffs in years.
Yeah, it's. I think
Ain't
during
been since
the
the
time
White
they had
run.
the White. That's why I could be wrong, but I think that's the last
I
time
don't
they've
think they've
been.
been back since then.
T-Bone, let us know if you know for sure the last time they were in the playoffs. Who was on that team?
Dwight Howard.
You got to put on Google and find out. All right, so
Did they even? I don't even know if they made it the last couple years they had Dwight.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they only had him for that 1 year after that. Because, like, they had him for that 1 year, and then he left for L.A.
So earlier, well, not earlier, but a few shows ago, you was predicting very heavily that Golden State won't make it out the West. Do you still feel that way now?
I do. I still do. Because let's look at the matchup right now. Wait, where's the bracket? Oh, it ain't official yet. Dang it. Okay. So right now, as it sits, Houston is going up against Oklahoma City.
That should be a great series.
Yeah.
7 games.
Eventually, they're going to meet somehow. I don't know. But they're going to meet in the Western Conference Final again. I believe the whole squad is healthy now.
Who? Golden State?
The Rockets.
Oh, Houston. Yeah.
I believe the whole squad is healthy. If they stay healthy, Rockets going to the finals. And they're going to lose. Because like I said, Harden ain't never winning the championship.
Well, I say the Rockets will lose because of James Harden.
Well, thank you for agreeing with me, I guess.
I'm talking about in the Western Conference Finals.
That's
They'll lose that.
No, I feel like he's gonna be like, all right, I know how to get past here. I don't know how to deal with these people. Like he's gonna get past the Warriors. He's gonna be like, yes, we did it. We got over the hurdle. We've made it. Now who's left? Probably the Bucks or somebody.
I think it's smooth sailing for the Warriors to go all the way for the championship. It's smooth sailing.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, man, especially now that you're about to get into 7-game series. You know, you're not going to have a 15-man rotation. Is going to be 7, 8 guys. Golden State can probably bring out 10 if they want to because they that deep.
But this, I will say this is Golden State's last ride.
Especially if they don't keep, certain guys.
Regardless, I think this is their last ride.
Really?
Yeah.
Need to go ahead and book that down.
Well, because I believe that they're going to lose some pieces.
Yeah.
And that's why I say that. Now, if I would think, if they would have stayed together, oh yeah, of course, you'd make another run. But I think this is it. This is it. This is the last one.
I don't even think they're gonna get their swan song. I think somebody's gonna break all the violins. No string section for you.
Is there a team in the East that you see can if Golden State makes it to the NBA Finals that can beat Golden State?
The Bucks.
No. I don't see anybody.
Is it gonna be, to me it feels weird because it's gonna be the first time that LeBron James
get over it.
Is not gonna be in the finals.
Like 4 months ago.
It's gonna be super weird seeing a different team in the East.
Yeah,
it's gonna be super weird. But I can see Milwaukee doing it. They beat Golden State in the I know it's a regular season,
in a 7-game series.
But 7-game series they have a chance. But I also think if Embiid is healthy, I can see Philadelphia doing that too. Boston, I think they'll give them a run, but I don't think they'll have enough firepower. But and I don't think the chemistry is that strong. But I feel like Milwaukee's chemistry is incredible. And chemistry, you want to have that chemistry in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows their role. They show up, do their job. If you do that against a team like Golden State, you can beat them. But if you want to play hero ball against Golden State, you can't do it. Like Houston Rockets, you can't just say Harden shoot the ball.
No. I don't know.
That ain't gonna happen.
Harden might have him on the rocks. He got that double step back now.
For a 7-game series, no.
That double step back is dangerous.
Too many pieces. And I said the 76ers can go deep in the playoffs in the middle of the season. I still believe that. But as far as firepower, I just don't see anybody doing it. They're great teams, got great players, but it's just too many weapons, man.
Yeah.
If LeBron James can't do it by himself,
Can't be
Nobody
hard.
else can do by themselves either.
All right, so once again, playoffs start in 3
First of all,
days.
none of these other teams are going to be doing it by himself. It was literally LeBron and a whole bunch of other people on these teams.
Especially last year.
Ooh, especially last year.
Yeah.
It was just LeBron and them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe a little bit more weapons
Yeah,
this year.
there's more weapons on,
But not
these-
enough.
on the team.
Not enough.
Man, look. Let me tell
Not
you
enough to
something.
be Golden State, but a little bit more weapons. I give you that.
I ain't worried about it.
What we got in baseball, man?
Yes. Up next, Bird Talk. And speaking of which, the Cardinals are up right now against the Dodgers 2-0. Jack Flaherty is in the top of the 5th right now, 79 pitches, so he's looking good, and he already has 6 strikeouts. So the Dodgers were the hottest team in baseball coming to St. Louis, and so far we have won 2 games out of 4. So we had our thoughts last week. Now, what Bird Talk is for those who are watching this show for the first time, it's a new segment that we started last week, and it's about the positives and negatives that we've seen thus far from your hometown, St. Louis Cardinals. Try to say, because you could have someone from, a different state. So our hometown team, the St. Louis Cardinals. If you have any thoughts, negative, positive, in regards to the Cardinals or any team of your preference, please feel free to let us know. So we had our thoughts about the season so far. What are your positives in regards to the early season? Once again, we know it's early, but anything that you have seen so far that make you be like,
Nothing.
all right.
The defense has played better, except for one person.
Spider-Man, right?
Spider-Man.
He sure held onto the wall, didn't he?
Oh my God. Dude, when I saw that play last night, see, I didn't see the actual play live because I was DJing, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was looking.
I was DJing with him.
I was looking on.
He was DJing, right?
I was DJing.
Right.
Oh, whatever. He was doing something.
He was
doing something.
Look down my tablet. I see Ozuna on the ground like this. I'm like, oh shoot, what's going on? I'm thinking, he hurt, the whole nine. Then I see the replay. Ball goes in the air, deep left field. This fool automatically runs to the wall, climbs the wall,
and he was
stays up like 5 seconds, like
the ball.
To realize that the ball was about 5 to 10 feet short of the wall. So he has to jump off the wall like thing, and he does a belly flop on the ground
and missed the ball.
making it an infield double.
All you have to do is just pull up the video of Ozuna on Google, on YouTube, whatever. You're gonna just crack yourself up.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Major League Baseball is famous for their baseball bloopers.
Yes, they are.
He has made
the Hall of Fame
All-Star baseball bloopers for the 21st century.
Now, granted, folks, we are talking about positive stuff, but this was funny.
That was funny.
But besides him,
but my positive is actually their defense. I like what I see in the defense. I haven't seen a lot of games. But defensively, and their starting pitching has been okay.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely improved.
The decision. It seems like they're playing as more of a cohesive unit now,
and that's the advantage of having a guy like Schilt.
You see the difference.
Yes, like the players respect him. He's honest. He's to the point. He puts guys in position to be better, not just to play, but to be better, to understand the game better. Like I heard that before each game, if a player did something wrong the prior game, they'll all have a big old group talk about it and say what needs to improve.
Oh, to be in that room to talk about
I was so like they did today.
Ozuna.
Like they did today.
Ozuna, what the hell was you thinking?
Like Marcel.
Everybody, let's take a look.
Spider-Man, bring your flip ass over here. Come on.
Real quick, T-Bone says 7 years ago he think was the last time Orlando made the playoffs, and that was Dwight Howard's last year.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, going back, they always had discussions before each game in regards to the game plan. What areas you need to improve? Last week we were talking about guys striking out all the time, pitchers not throwing strikes. He acknowledged that, even told the media, yeah, right now our focus needs to be on pitchers being aggressive, throwing strikes, and hitters actually hitting the ball.
You know, it just took him 2 weeks. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
I think. They said as a word around the clubhouse. They said Schilt is a master communicator,
like LaRussa was.
Well, they said better.
Ooh,
They said better than not better as an overall coach.
Yeah,
but a better communicator than Tony Russo.
I think Adam Wainwright said that.
Adam Wainwright.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yes, it came from Adam Wainwright.
Yeah,
he said not taken away from LaRussa. But I just feel, he said, I just feel better just talking to Schilt. He knows how to get to a player. And I think that's key, especially for young guys who's trying to figure out this game.
Y'all, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you're at a crossroads right now? Because in the standings, we're tied with the Pirates, like in positioning. And right now, the Pirates are winning their game, and I want them to lose.
It's too early for all.
But at the same time,
they're facing
they playing the Cubs, and I want the Cubs to lose too.
It's too early for all.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We already know what one person will say. Speaking of which, happy birthday. Happy birthday to her. I think she's probably practicing right now.
Let's say catch that game Saturday.
Right. Oh, it is.
It's this Saturday?
Yeah. 7:00. And I was like, I was like, oh, y'all must be playing. They must be playing at a white school. They having a night game.
I might just be there.
They must have lights.
She's been supporting, and that's Annie. She's been supporting us. Come on the show, bringing them fire takes and the great debates and everything. So we definitely gotta support her and the St. Louis Slam.
All right, yeah.
They gonna have lights.
Let's talk after the show, man. We'll go down there.
Yeah. So any more positives outside of that?
That's positives I have right there.
You say you haven't seen the games a whole lot, but Colton Wong has been really playing.
I seen the first game where he hit that home run.
Yeah.
And Colton Wong, it seems like he's, from afar, it seems like he's played with
he's confident
energy
because he knows that he's not going to come out the game.
Yeah. Ain't that refreshing?
Yeah.
To know that you ain't got to look over your shoulder.
Right.
And you can just play the game.
And check this out. So when they came back, when they came to St. Louis for the first series against the Padres, that was the first game for Jed Jerko. Jerko has not started one game yet.
Well,
usually if that was Matheny,
you
know how he was. Oh, I got to make sure I play this guy.
I mean, well, you got to understand with Jerko, they didn't clear him until like 2 hours before the game when he did play. You remember that? It was opening day when they said, all right, you can play. That was at 12:15. The game was at 3:15.
Right, but that was opening day. I'm talking about the Cardinals home opener.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, he was clear. He just couldn't get off the injury list because he had to serve.
No, that's what I'm saying. They took him off the injury list for opening day, like our opening day, because they announced it 3 hours before the game. And it was like, yep, they did that, and then they optioned what's his face,
Drew Robinson.
They optioned him down to AAA.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's like
I mean, but I think my whole
don't take the chance if you ain't got to.
Right, but my whole point is that if this was Matheny, Jerko would have found a way to be starting in the lineup when he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Schilt is putting his best players, well, almost, because you still got this whole Fowler issue.
Yeah.
Why is Martinez not?
That's my negative. That goes into my negatives about the
team.
Go ahead. The bats are ice cold, man.
Well, they're actually warming up now.
Hold on. Yeah,
they're actually warming up now, but Fowler
slapped a laser.
Yeah,
boy.
but Fowler is still the Fowler of last year. He hasn't he's not hitting the ball hard at all. All his outs are like little dink hits.
you know that they use the term foul to talk about a chicken, right?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so he clucking up out here.
I want to see that young kid come in there.
Tyler
in the spot.
O'Neal?
Yeah, I want to see Tyler O'Neal, man.
I thought you were talking about the super young kid that's down at AAA right now, the 18-year-old. I thought that's what you
Oh,
were talking
no.
about.
I'm
Nolan
talking about Tyler
Gorman?
O'Neal.
Yeah,
He is turning it up.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm talking about more like Tyler O'Neal. He was tearing up last year.
Yeah.
And so I want to see him in that spot.
Yeah. And I believe from what I'm seeing is that, and this is more of a front office thing too. That's the reason why Fowler is still in the game, playing, starting every game basically, is that they put so much money into it, and it goes back to the discussion we had a while back, how you playing contracts over ability.
That was last week.
They wanted to try to, for a certain time frame, I'm probably going to say maybe to like either May or mid-May, see what Fowler does the first 20, 30 games of the season. And if he's still hitting under 200, which he is right now currently, then okay, Fowler, we did everything.
What were we singing before the show? You got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
Right.
Know when to walk away and know when to run.
I ain't say that part. Well, y'all did
Look.
for me.
No one.
But yes,
Hey, they got to fold, man.
it has to come to a
They got to
point
fold.
in which, okay, you know
Sorry.
what, Fowler, enough is enough. We tried it.
You lost enough money.
But
so
now it's about doing what's best for the team and playing Jose Martinez more
you
and
can't
your
count
boy.
your money while you
Dexter
sitting in the
Fowler
batter's
about
box.
to be the Luol Deng of Major League Baseball. That boy finna sit there.
Nobody want him.
You can't count your money while you sitting in the batter's box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
nah.
with you, have you seen since last week any more positive or negatives?
Like you said, the bats are warming up now. I'm happy to see that. Ozuna, even though he made a dumb play, that boy rocked the homer the other day.
did.
Like exit velocity was 115 miles an hour, and the pitch was 93. So he put an extra 22 miles of force on that thing. And I feel sorry for the poor son of a gun that caught. Oh no, it bounced
It hit
on
the
the
wall.
wall.
Yeah.
It hit the wall. That mug went
Thankfully.
bing. It was like, ooh.
'Cause like you said, if it was someone who tried to use a bare hand,
Right.
he ain't gonna have no hand at
Ain't no
all. after
hand.
that. He ain't gonna have no hand. He gonna have a hole.
Just
What he did to my hand?
and according to that,
Golly.
and when you buy a ticket, you can't sue for that. It said in black print,
Right.
like bold print.
Hey, you know, no grown man ain't supposed to have no glove in no baseball game. That's for kids. I ain't throwing no shots. I'm just saying.
I don't know why they say that.
saying.
I don't know why they say that.
I don't know why he's laughing. I'm just saying. This is in general.
Hey, every game I go to,
I don't know.
every game that I go
He was
to,
like, let's get it.
every game I go to, and I have first row seats. I'm in the action. Anything can happen.
That's different. Front row.
That's my
If
point.
you like row 27,
No, it ain't happening.
You're supposed to big man that you would go man. A little kid have the glove.
Sadar, what we gonna do is we gonna get Marcelo Ozuna to set it up.
Yes.
We gonna have him smack that 115 right in your direction.
He gonna be like, I got it.
You catch it barehanded. Your DJing days is over.
Right. Career is done. No, James Rico was gonna join you.
They gonna name him.
I'll be
They,
the first one DJ with my elbow.
they gonna name him DJ Bo. They gonna name him DJ Bo. Why they call him
I use
DJ
my
Bo?
nubs.
DJ Nub.
He gonna have some
DJ
prosthetic
Nub.
fingers or something.
I'm gonna find a way.
Yeah.
I didn't even try to throw no shot. I didn't even know. I didn't know you brought a glove to the game.
Oh
man.
no, I ain't take offensive at all to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. Cause
Like the savagery. He been gone for like 1 week.
right.
Just came
You
back.
start laughing. I'm like,
He sure
what I
did.
say? I'm like, what I say?
No grown man with no
It's the way you said it. Ain't no
grown man gonna have a glove. Shoot.
Like
Y'all sit front row right where the dirt is, right above your face, and
I
catch the
ain't
ball
gonna
with your
lie.
bare
I
hand.
thought- What was that? 2015. It was the last series against the Brewers. I have front row seats. Boy, they was. Who is it? Is that?
What are you doing? I'm sorry, folks. Dexter Fowler almost had a Marcelo Ozuna moment, but he didn't clown the ball. He thought about it. Jock Peterson from the Dodgers hit a home run. The score is now 2-1. Fowler went to the wall, and he saw
He
the
was
ball
like,
coming, but he was like,
they-
should I get up and
No,
jump?
he wasn't even. He was like,
Should I jump?
he was stutter stepping.
Yeah,
They
so
gonna replay it. They gonna
please show the replay. Here we go. Can you see?
They can't see that.
No, we looking for you.
Right.
Oh, dang it.
No, I can get.
Now see.
Now, if he would have made the hop, that
Exactly.
would have been a Lorenzo Kane right there.
Or if he would have did what Ozuna did, he probably would have caught the ball.
Not everybody can be like a Ken Griffey Jr.
Joe can't.
Climb that wall and just snag it.
Sure can't. So
Plus, that was the gate, so his cleat could have got stuck in the fence. And you got to think long
Ken
time.
Griffey Jr. broke his
Sure
arm or
did.
leg doing that.
yeah. So we
And he made the
will be
catch.
providing updates.
And he made the catch.
So we apologize in advance,
kid?
but we may be throughout the show
Hall of Fame.
giving out updates of the Cardinals. So please bear with us. But yeah, so any more positives, negatives, anything?
The pitcher's starting to look good too.
Yes, they are. Bullpen finally is.
Took him a minute. Like I said, it took him 2 weeks. You know, you got to get your legs, your bearings. Well, I guess in this case, your arms. You got to get your arms and your shoulders.
Yeah.
We just gotta learn how to judge the ball in the outfield. That's all.
Right. Yeah, the corner outfield got some issues going on.
Or you can just put in O'Neal and Martinez and call it a deal.
Right. Simple as
Bader's
that.
out there.
That's it.
No, Bader's
No, I was about to say Bader's out there. Leave Bader there.
Bader is center field.
No, I named 2 players to replace 2 positions. But
The
we only
corner.
one.
The corner
I thought you
outfield.
was talking about Ozuna.
No. Oh no. Nah, he out here blasting 115 miles of homers. We need that.
And a
His
quick
batting average is okay.
A quick hockey update. The Winnipeg Jets are leading 1-0 against the St. Louis Blues right now.
Damn it.
Once again, playoffs start tonight. Good luck to the Blues.
This is the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay.
Blues in the playoff for the first time in 2 years. So congrats. All right. So going back to baseball, positives, as you also said before, the offense is starting to heat up. The team is slowly getting an identity. And last year, you couldn't say that. But Mike Schilt has the boys playing every game that they have played, whether it was a win or a loss. They've either lost by 2 or 3 runs. It hasn't been like a blowout lead. So you're being very competitive. You came back a few times. Look what they did in Pittsburgh. So they're showing that grit. And that was something that was real big during the La Russa years. It's a hard 9. You keep playing to the last out. So they're showing fight. They may start off slow, but they have that fight in them. So I like that. They made smart moves. You saw what Alex Reyes was doing. Couldn't throw a strike to save his life.
And wasn't he supposed to be our top prospect?
Yeah.
pitcher?
Yeah.
But he came back from 2 shoulder surgeries and an elbow surgery and stuff like that. So he's just trying to find his rhythm again. That's why he went to AAA.
I'm about to say, you can find the rhythm all you want in AAA.
Right.
Well,
so
yeah.
that's why he's there. And they had to do it now, except for being like Matheny and keep sending him out
Forcing the
there.
kid out there.
And he's giving up 18 home runs in 3 games.
What about a Carlos Martinez update?
He has started throwing today from the mound. So it probably won't be until May,
Is
possibly
he down in
June.
AAA too?
No, he's not ready yet. He just started throwing today, from the mound.
That's cool. He can throw from the mound in Memphis.
No, but you talking about in the games? He can't
No,
do that
I ain't
yet.
talking about in games. They got cages. They got little bullpens and stuff in the back. Okay.
I got you, Stan. I got you, bro.
Nah,
I
well,
got you.
AAA they on the side. You got all that money for fancy stadiums.
But no,
AAA.
they keep people close around him just to monitor him and make sure he's right. Then when they feel like he's ready to pitch, he'll go to AAA or AA, whatever, and get ready. So
Hey man,
I'll say May, June he should be ready.
Hey, quick time check, 8:34. We got to get to the other stuff here.
Oh yeah.
hey, also just want to let you know, tickets for the series against the Angels are officially on sale. So we're gonna look into that.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, we will be there.
Let's talk about that now because you know it's gonna be sold out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go. ahead
We
and get
will
them purchases.
be there. So that was our bird talk. Hopefully we'll have more positives next week than negatives. Once again, you are watching the Platform Sports Talk Show. I am your boy Smooth.
Answered all.
And Stanton, baby.
Hope you are sharing this with all your peoples. Have them to go on YouTube and put in the platform Sports Talk Show and make sure that they subscribe. Click on that
Bell.
because anytime he did it, we go live.
You'll be notified.
I mean, you know, the glasses was off. You know.
All right. So
It's that time.
it's that time.
We gonna try to make it as quick as we can.
Yeah, you know.
We gonna see.
We'll see.
We gonna see. But it should be fun because I look forward to hearing his.
I want to hear his take first.
I just need my
before I say
dang
anything.
on right, dag nabbit, because I called it. I called it.
All right. So once again, this is live, so you may hear a dial tone or whatever, but we're gonna get T-Bone on the line.
Hear that doo-doo-doo.
The number you've called.
The number
you've reached.
no longer in service.
Hello?
There it
There
is.
he is.
T-Bone Funk, how you doing, brother?
Good. How y'all doing?
We are doing well. This is What the Funk.
And before we get started, I just want to say I watched one of your matches on YouTube today at work. I forgot the dude's full name. It started with 90. Why he cheap shot you like that in the beginning, bro? That was savage. It was wrong.
I'm very much aware. I don't know what he did, but I'm a best man. I don't know.
Yeah. He's actually a good guy.
Ah,
Yeah, I met him.
he plays his character very well.
Yes, he does. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. You were the guy that attacked him from...
What you doing here, man? We ain't gonna have none of that
my
mess
best
here.
Oh, he's my best man. I'm like, oh, okay.
We ain't having none of that mess here, dude.
Dude.
I figured if anybody could keep the riffraff away from the wedding, it'd be him. So,
Yeah.
So basically saying he did his part.
He did indeed.
He is a good man, man.
Yeah.
As far as the best man, too.
I wouldn't have known that by looking at the video.
So this past weekend we had a whole lot going down with wrestling, man. NXT. Did you watch any NXT matches?
I did watch the NXT. I did. You know me. I do have to comment on your LeBron James talk from earlier.
Okay.
It's only so much I can type. I'll make this quick, 15, 20 seconds. The problem I have with LeBron James isn't him personally; it's him as a player. Let's put that out there first. Man's done nothing wrong off the course. Probably done a lot of good stuff. Here's the problem that I see with LeBron James. Somebody brought up Scottie Pippen earlier with Michael Jordan. You know what Michael Jordan called Scottie Pippen when they were on a team together? A man. Okay? When LeBron James is on teams with other people, he calls them boys, young men.
He
kids.
does.
Ooh.
No, none of the young boys, if you want to call them that, want to sit up here and play basketball with someone who does not see them as an equal.
That's
So
a great point.
You want to have this parent-child relationship with these people? Don't nobody want to play with that. They trying to build their own brands just like you built your brand. And if you're the parent and they're the child, you're the alpha, and they're not. That's the problem.
And if you look back at the conversation that LeBron James had the year after Kyrie left and count how many times he called Kyrie kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't notice that before.
Even think back to the letter that he wrote to Cleveland when he was coming back to Cleveland. I don't know if it was in the letter, but it was around the time where he was talking. He was talking about, I'm going to get this kid. I'm gonna help this kid, and you can't. When you have grown men playing with each other, don't no grown man want to be called a kid by another grown man. You want to be seen as an equal.
right. And LeBron has had that mentality. Like,
That's a great point.
It's like when you say something that you've never noticed, all of a sudden the glass just shatters.
Yeah.
Then
Like,
you
I never
see it.
noticed that.
yeah,
It's like, whoa.
that is a great point, great observance, man. And even like to Lonzo Ball and Ingram and Kuzma,
All of them.
easy call them. Yeah,
I think he's calling them kids not based off of their age, like genetic
Because
age,
they're new
but
to the
their
league.
NBA age.
but still,
Well, yeah, but the problem is it's not with them, right? So it's not with the guys who's on the team right now. It's about the guys who he wants them to recruit to the team. Because if I'm Kawhi Leonard and I'm trying to leave a place where I was viewed as bland and all that type of stuff in San Antonio, where there wasn't attention being paid on me, Why would I want to go to a place where I'm not going to be seen as the star? I'm going to be seen as the sidekick.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree.
So, had to get that off my chest.
Hey, it is all good. Going back now to WrestleMania style. Once again, thoughts on NXT?
I liked a lot of the stuff that I saw in NXT, but in the context of a WrestleMania weekend, unfortunately for me, NXT seemed like it was 3 months ago right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Then
I mean, the main event was good from what I can remember. I can't even remember all of it because, like I said, I've seen a lot of stuff. I saw the North American title match with Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle. Saw the opening tag team match. Saw the women's stuff. Overall, I mean, I think it was a good show. I just think that they kind of suffer from being the first major show of the weekend. It's also going to be interesting for next year because, SmackDown's going to be on Friday next year.
Right.
What's going to happen?
Should be interesting. And then I know we talk about this later on, but you have the Raw and SmackDown shakeup happening next week too. So
Yeah.
Gonna be interesting. Let's talk about this Hall of Fame. A lot of issues happen during the event, man. And one, Bret Hart. I know you have something that you're gonna bring out.
Yeah, I got
I'm sorry, just went deep. Gone, home run. 2-run home run by Yadier Molina.
Yachty.
It is now 5-1. That is your Cardinal update. Right back to What the Funk. So, going to the Hall of Fame, man. Thoughts of the overall show. I know you had some thoughts in regards to what happened to Bret the Hitman Hart. I like what DX did. They kind of brought it back old school for that little part right there. So thoughts on the Hall of Fame show?
Well, I mean, I didn't have an issue per se with the Hall of Fame. The format changes that they made to it this year instead of doing the stage. When I first looked, I was like, I didn't know how I felt about the whole doing it in the ring thing, and it kind of proved me right after a while.
I believe they did it to because that's the same place because it was in the got the name of the
Barclays
place?
Center.
The Barclays. So and they had Raw and SmackDown there afterwards. So to not have to worry about taking
the ring down, setting the stage up, put the stage back down, put the ring back up.
Well, I mean, that's still the case every year,
right?
And I mean, because last year the Hall of Fame was in the Smoothie King Center on it last year. It was Saturday, and then you had the Raw and SmackDown following WrestleMania, and it was the same way here in Orlando the year before that, with everything taking place in Amway. I mean, I don't know. I mean, part of it is I think they just wanted to change it up because a lot of people were kind of frustrated with how it went last year, with a lot of people really taking long. They said, "Oh, well, we'll switch it up," and it still went long. So I don't think changing the format exactly fixed the problems. Because if you notice this year, there were some people that didn't even have inductors; they just were presented.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they try to cut down.
Still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear him?
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear you all at first.
Oh, say it again, Sadal.
Yeah, I said the reason why they cut down on presenters, they try to cut down on time.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that they really just downplayed the Hall of Fame as a whole this year, even in promoting it on TV. Like Bruce Beefcake didn't even get announced. Really, he didn't even get a video package to be announced on there. It was like, oh,
I got a whole video package there.
Are you talking about? I'm talking about on the Raw before, because he wasn't announced until.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it wasn't. And it was like, let's go ahead and add him late. Go ahead and say.
I feel like he was just a late addition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. him on now. No package. Just go ahead and just say he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
I honestly feel like they might have had other
And
plans.
I kind of feel like if that's the case, they should just wait to put him in next year.
Exactly.
It's going to be in Tampa. He lives in the area.
Yeah.
I feel with that, it was a rush to get something. I feel like he wasn't originally supposed to get in this year.
And that's why
He had
T-Bone
been
was
talked
saying.
about for a while.
Yeah, but like you said,
It
with
wasn't something.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying it wasn't exactly something that was like if people had been listening to like people talk behind the scenes and all that stuff, it wasn't something that was exactly new. Like he was one of the first people that I even heard about going in, and then all of a sudden he didn't no video for him, nothing, and there was like, oh, ESPN broke the story that Bruce Beefcake will be going into the Hall of Fame. All right, next year on Raw.
Right.
They did just smooth it on across.
All right, so now, I'm sorry. Thoughts on the DX speech and what happened with Bret the Hitman Hart.
So when the thing with Bret happened, which anybody's listening and isn't happen, basically he was giving his speech. He was talking about how the Hart Foundation was starting, and then he mentioned how he asked for it to happen and didn't ask the Anvil about it. And then this random fan came into the ring and kind of basically like tackled him. And I was in the kitchen, so I'm in the kitchen doing something and I can hear it. But when you hear on the mic, you just hear him kind of you hear a noise, and I'm like, and then I went and saw the TV and I saw the screen on black, and I'm like, wait, did he just like have a heart attack or something?
That's what I thought.
And that wasn't a pun intended, by the way.
Right.
But,
I thought he legit had a heart attack.
Yeah. I rewound it and saw what happened, and I was like, oh.
Damn, smooth.
So, that kind of goes back to why something like that, you probably don't want to have people in the ring, because in that situation, I think he had to have come from under the ropes, but, you had three sides of the ring with ropes, one side no ropes. I wouldn't want to put that many people, especially when you're talking about some older people, maybe in an area where people are able to easily get to them.
Shouts out to Dash Wilder.
I was just about to say, Dash slept him clean, boy. He was like, all right, I'm gone.
Yeah, I got a couple of things with this whole situation later on in the show.
Okay. All right.
I just hope they don't get sued.
No.
No, you can't. You better hope he don't get sued.
Hey, it was self-defense.
Well,
Dash Wilder.
Well,
wasn't.
I know.
The problem would be in the him to try to get him away. Yeah, you can go self-defense and try to be security, but when you're on tape, the guy as you're walking him out, that may get you in trouble.
So,
and we're in a day and age where lawsuits easily happen.
So, with that being said, do wrestlers have the same law against them like boxers, in which their hands are, their boxers' hands are considered lethal weapons or whatever?
No.
Okay.
But I think it's more of a case of, if somebody crosses over that barrier, gets into the ringside area, comes after somebody, you want to incapacitate the person. You don't want the person to be able to cause harm to you. After that, anything that you do after that would probably be on the lines of like punitive damage, that type of thing. So I'm not a lawyer, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm giving legal advice. But
it wasn't just Dash Wilder, just for the record. I mean, when I saw another angle of the video, they were getting their licks in, man.
Oh yeah,
no doubt about it.
Him up.
Not just him. I mean, multiple people was.
Well, but in the ring, what I'm saying is, in the ring, that was one thing. But at the point where you're dragging him out and he's being held, I mean, look, I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying, from a legal perspective, I wouldn't want to do that because that would put me at risk. But we'll see in a couple months.
We'll see.
All right. Now, let's go ahead and get into WrestleMania.
Meat and potatoes right here, man.
Now, Stan, I already know you got some questions for T-Bone, so go ahead and start first.
I was right. That's all I got to say. And I'm happy I was. And I hope I'm wrong about something else, too. After watching it and watching how they were on Tuesday, I'm just hoping that they don't split the New Day. Because I'm looking at it because Xavier Woods made a tweet about how this showed that a certain area of people, he meant black people, could now become the champion. I don't think they want to break up the most positive thing that's going on for black people in WWE.
And then his reaction was so genuine after the match.
Had you in tears, huh?
Man, look, I cried. I ain't gonna lie. I shed tears, boy. It was when his kids got in the ring. I was like, oh, dang. Whew, there it is.
I almost broke when I saw him break.
Oh yeah, Xavier broke hard, boy. It was like,
he went and grabbed that belt. I'm like, let me get it together.
You know what? I just to address something that I've seen on the internet. I've seen a lot of people who have mentioned, well, like even listening to the Breakfast Club, you had Charlamagne mention, well, it's a fake sport. Oh, what's the matter? Well, here's his thing. For anybody who in 2019 has to say, when someone says, I like wrestling, has to say, oh, it's fake. Well, if you're the person saying that, you're the idiot. Because
take a bump.
You can calling it fake, first of all, is disrespectful to the people who do it, because they are out there performing for people doing something that not average people would be willing to do. Two, by trying to say, well, if you're trying to say, well, it's scripted, I don't understand why you would like that. Saying that wrestling is scripted is like saying water is wet. Okay? What's your point? But to understand why it's important to, people like us, here's the thing, a lot of people in different areas of entertainment search for validation. Mm-hmm. If you're talking about sports, you have people who in the 80s and 90s saying, hey man, why can't we get more black head coaches? Why isn't we don't get those opportunities? When you have women now saying, hey, we want opportunities to be head coaches in this. When you see a black person win the Super Bowl for a black quarterback win the Super Bowl for the first time back when that happened, kind of a big deal. So to make it plain where people can understand.
Hey, and talk about acting. Talk about the acting world.
Well, I'm getting to that too.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about black people, it's the WWE can call themselves sports entertainment. So from a sports standpoint, winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania is like winning the Super Bowl, the World Series, the NBA Finals. But it's also, because, yes, it's predetermined, means that there are people who are accepting you and people like you. And we have not had that for the previous 34 years. So winning at WrestleMania, for those who just have to say, well, it's scripted, it's just like someone winning Best Actor at the Academy Awards. When we weren't getting that in that area, it was a problem. When the Grammys introduced the hip-hop category in 1989 and weren't going to televise it, we had an issue with that. So when it got changed, we were happy. So for those who are not wrestling fans, be happy that we're being validated in something that we are traditionally not validated. That's right. All.
And then on top of that, I don't know if I mentioned it on the pre-show or before we went live, but I was talking about I came to the realization after everything with WrestleMania that there was I don't know the correct term, an Arabic champion before there was an African American champion.
You say Indian.
Indian.
Yeah, there was an Indian.
Yeah, there was an Indian champion before we even had an African American champion.
Well, there's been a lot more than that. I don't even want to have to go into all the different.
Yeah, because there was this debatable. Like there's a whole debate on my personal page because I simply said
pitching change.
That I'm celebrating Kofi Kingston's first black WWE champion. There's like 300 folks on my page.
Wait a minute now.
There's like 300 folks on my page. Oh no. We got to. You can't
I tried to jump in there. I did try to jump in there because factually that wasn't correct. But I understood what you were saying, and I tried to get that point across. it hasn't happened at WrestleMania. So for those who want to talk about The Rock, and before The Rock, people were putting on there, well, Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons was the WCW champion. The WWE did not own WCW. You cannot you cannot celebrate stuff that you did not do just because you bought the company that did it. It doesn't work that way. And for those who want to talk about The Rock, listen, I like The Rock, but The Rock was never seen to be that guy. Yes, he was the WWE champion. Just real quick, because I know we want to keep this segment shorter, but The Rock, his first championship run, he was a heel. He did not even win the belt the first time. It was a screw job. They had Vince McMahon ring the bell to act like Mankind Smith. He didn't. So he cheated. Wasn't seen to be shown as the best. Second one, I Quit match. They played the I Quit over the speaker to make it seem like Mankind quit. He didn't. Rock didn't actually win the match. Third one, ladder match. Mankind and The Rock. The Big Show chokeslammed Mankind. The Rock won the match. Fourth time he won it was at Backlash 2000. You know, the month after WrestleMania when he should have won it, but he didn't. But when he did win it, he didn't win it on his own. He had the help of Stone Cold Steve Austin, who's recovering from neck surgery, who hit every single person in the match with a chair to get The Rock the opportunity to win the belt. So he was not seen as the alpha. He had to have the help of someone else. The next time, it was a six-man tag when Triple H was the champion. He pinned Vince McMahon to win the belt. He's not exactly, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Yes, he held the championship, but he was never seen to be the alpha. Maybe with the exception of the time when he beat Kurt Angle at No Way Out in 2001. Yeah, okay, he beat Kurt Angle straight up. So one time that happened, but he lost the belt the next month at WrestleMania.
T-Bone.
And if you're not winning the belt, what was that?
Just know, T-Bone, thank you so much. I'm going to replay this episode of the Platform Sports Talk Show to everybody on my page arguing about The Rock. Thank you. I just want to say thank you.
Yes, and then later on, after he was a huge Hollywood celebrity, he did win the belt from CM Punk at the Royal Rumble.
Well, we saw how that happened.
And then lost to John Cena. But again, it was the celebrity factor. And again, he didn't win it nor defend it at WrestleMania. And if he didn't do it at WrestleMania, if you win the belt at Backlash, that's like someone winning a game in the playoffs. If you win the belt on Raw, it's like winning a regular season game. It's good, but in the end, it doesn't matter if it didn't happen in the biggest game of the year. Example, LeBron James in 2009. Man, I feel like I'm picking on him today. But LeBron James in 2009 faced the Orlando Magic. LeBron James, in one of the games in that conference series, nailed the best three-pointer he had probably ever hit in his career at the game buzzer, won the game for them. And everybody was like, wow, that was the best thing ever. And then they lost the next few games, did not make it to the next round of the playoffs, and nobody ever talks about that ever again, except me right now.
Good point. Good point.
Thank you.
Yes, that is some knowledge.
Yes.
From T-Bone Funk.
Message.
So
shut up about The Rock. I like The Rock, but shut up about The Rock.
I was wrong. I was wrong. I didn't think that they would do it. That doesn't mean it's going to repair all the damage that they've done over the past so many years.
Of course not.
But I will give them, you know, a couple thumbs up for what they did.
Yep, they gave the people what they want.
Except for that tag team match. I don't know any. Well, the crowd was crazy when the Iconics won. At home, I was like, what?
Yeah, I was lame for me. It was just lame.
And
I feel like I got that one wrong. I think I switched what happened with the 2 4-way tag team title matches, because I predicted Aleister Black and Ricochet to win the men's, and I think I predicted Sasha Banks and Bayley to win their match, but flip flops.
And then for the Revival to lose to Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins,
you knew that was gonna happen. Come on now, you really.
Now, yeah, I did see that coming, but that match wasn't even announced before we even got there.
Right.
That was more of a punishment for the Revival for some things that they've said, probably. But I don't know if you all earlier in the week, but only WWE logic would say, hey, if you lose 269 matches, surely you deserve a title shot.
Well,
But
I don't know if you see the WWE on YouTube. They have those exclusive videos to like backstage stuff. There was a video where Hawkins and Ryder challenged them for the tag team championships in their hometown or in their backyard of New York and New Jersey. And they didn't do it on air, but it was a YouTube exclusive.
Well, I knew about it, but again, you've lost 269 matches, and as a team, they have not won a match since they started that teaming. Why would they be able to get a title shot
and win?
And by the way, the logic of this, it's troublesome for their storyline purposes because Vince McMahon was doing everything in his possible, even when Kofi Kingston was beating people, to say, no, I don't think you deserve it. But meanwhile, the guy who is owing 269, hey, we gonna be in New Jersey. I mean, well, why not? Let's give this guy a title shot. Surely he deserves it.
We ain't got to worry about that. It's two separate brands. That was Raw, and that's SmackDown. We ain't got to worry about them two meeting
until next week,
where they probably gonna switch.
So breaking news: T-Bone is back on the I can't stand McMahon train.
No, I just noticed that during the match. I'm like, so let me understand this correctly. Champions don't automatically get rematches. Kofi Kingston had to go through everything he had to go through on their storyline. But the guy who's 0-269, yeah, tag team title match, sure, let's go for it.
Crazy.
Well.
So, thoughts on any other matches that stood out to you?
Well, I was right about the Kurt Angle thing.
That was a waste.
Well,
it did what it needed to do.
Yeah,
I see it now.
You know, legends lose on their back.
But the biggest issue is that it shouldn't have been Corbin to be the person.
Well, it's the tradition to get the young guy over.
Okay,
tradition for the veteran to do that.
Right, but not like a Corbin type person.
Well, you know, T-Bone explained it last week.
You know.
So it did what it was supposed to do because you notice the next day they booed him even more.
I think Baron Corbin is the perfect heel because nobody likes him.
That's true.
No, he's not. No, he's not the perfect heel. The perfect heel.
Nobody likes him.
The perfect heel has excellent mic skills.
Baron
Corbin sucks.
What I would say about Corbin is, I mean, listen, right now we can say I don't think it should have been Baron Corbin. That's one of those things where you have to wait about 5 years to say, right? Because, you know, I think people still kind of look at it with mixed reactions now, but when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker streak, everybody was like, oh, it shouldn't have been Brock Lesnar. It should have been someone who, you know, needed the win. Brock Lesnar didn't need the win, but then, I mean, even though you can talk about the part-time stuff they've used as propaganda for the past few years, Brock Lesnar, if I were The Undertaker, I'd be pretty happy and content with the guy who beat my streak was Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. Who else would you have wanted it to be? And I know that some people will say the streak shouldn't have ended, but if it's going to end, the person who I would have wanted to do it would have been Brock Lesnar. So
if it was Doink the Clown, everybody would be going nuts. Why Doink the Clown?
Yeah.
I mean,
my point,
that's apples and oranges.
I'm just saying.
Point with Corbin is, you know, let's see how those next five years go for Corbin, as soon as he makes it that long, and let's see what they do with him.
And word is that WWE is working on a storyline between Corbin and Roman Reigns.
Oh, dear.
That sounds about right. Oh, by the way, the AJ Styles Randy Orton match, I had something right, but I was wrong in that too. I knew that they were going to go for the spot with the phenomenal forearm into the RKO, but he fakes him out and hits the 450. I thought that would have been a finish, but it wasn't. But it did happen.
One thing that I liked about, well, it was a few things, but I thought it was really smart that the WWE had Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins first. I thought that was really smart. not have everybody go through 3 hours of a show and then have them on to start them off the bat. I thought that was really smart and clever.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a night of, whoa, wow.
Okay.
Ooh, that's what I like to see in regards to events like that is.
I like it. I like it in a vacuum, but I don't like it overall. Because it definitely started to show off with some energy that the match started. They did the best reason why it would happen. Brock Lesnar, if he can't go on last, he's going to go on first so that he can get out of here. Okay. I get the reason why they did it, which is why I said in a vacuum, I like it. But overall, your WWE title or Universal title, your main championship matches, they're supposed to be the big attractions. And when you do it in the first match, and I hope they don't go back into the habit of doing it, it makes people not think it's as important, because that's what was happening with the World Heavyweight title for like 4 or 5 years. It was opening WrestleMania to the point where it was like, well, that's not the main event. That's not important. It's the first match. And the first match, while it's supposed to be something that, gets the crowd up and going, you just don't want to make a habit of that. And that's the problem that will happen with them is they'll look and see like, hey, we started WrestleMania off with a Universal title match this year, but let's just do it next year. It worked out well, and then your belt is again back defined as, it's not that important.
So with that being said, do you see more women main eventing WrestleMania?
Not next year. I mean, it would. Listen, I think the women also fell victim. One, you don't want to be in the main event of WrestleMania at this stage
because it's after 8 hours.
Yes, the show clocked in at 7.5 hours. You don't want to be in the main event because if you're the main event, the crowd is ready to go. They may want to see your entrance, but as soon as that bell rings, they want to see somebody win and get out of there. So,
because Kofi, after the Kofi match, I was done. I was done.
I wanted to see Batista. I like Batista's entrance. I like it.
It's okay.
Did you laugh when he fell through the ropes?
I was like, oh. No, but did you all peep? He went through and did it again. No, he didn't fall the second time, but he went through to do it again. He was like, okay, I got it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know if the main event WrestleMania with them next year or not. It probably depends on who they have and what the story is, but it probably won't happen right away. I mean, they made a big deal of this one, so I don't think it's just going to happen next year. I think they really wanted to get to the point of making it happen out of the way. Goes back to what I said about, like other guys who have held the WWE Championship and not doing it at WrestleMania. They even had to bring up, well, this isn't the first time that the women have main evented a pay-per-view, but it's the first time they've main evented WrestleMania. They made a point of saying that several times.
And I think so. And then, like you said before, I think that was the only reason why they didn't have, the Universal or the World Heavyweight Championship being last, because they wanted to hold things down for the women. So
I'll tell you one thing I liked.
What?
I like what John Cena did.
This is Thugonomics. Thugonomics was back.
He knew that he was gonna get the yay boo kind of chant when he goes out there. So to flip it on him, he goes back to the Thugonomics when he was heel, and goes back to the rapping gimmick. And for the older guys like me that was booing him, had him cheering for a minute, like, okay, he's back. Doing this thing again.
Right.
And I think a lot of people like that.
I want to stop you right there.
I'm about to ruin that for you right now.
I like
Hold
it.
on,
I don't care what you say.
Before you do that, T-Bone,
I liked it.
I know you've probably seen the tweets, the conspiracies, the speculations, but I don't understand why, the opening video with Babe Ruth, they announced Chicago one time, and everybody on my timeline thought, oh my God, it's CM Punk. Why?
I didn't think that.
No, I mean, I know you didn't. You're smart. It's like everybody else was saying that. I'm like, are you serious? CM Punk, the man who, if he does return to wrestling, is probably going to AEW. Let's just be real. If he does return.
Well, I would say that CM Punk, if you were conspiracy theorist in the moment, and you say, well, he's coming back to WWE, I don't think he's coming back to interrupt the liar. Just saying.
You don't think he's coming back to what?
He wouldn't come back just to interrupt a liar.
Oh, yeah.
If he were coming back, it'd be for something important.
If he was coming back, it would have been Monday.
Now let me ruin this John Cena thing for you.
Here
Real
we go.
quick, I do like it in a vacuum, and I've always had this thing of, as wrestlers have evolved into different characters or grown into more adult versions of themselves, I've always had a thing, and I've always thought about it for like the old school Raw. Why don't they come out to their old theme music? I never understood why they don't, or where's their old gear. I never understood why they don't. But other than that, I did like it for that reason. But here's why. And I did like the segment overall in a vacuum. Now, where's John Cena from?
West Newbury. Oh, dang.
Massachusetts.
Oh, dang. Uh-oh. Yeah, I see where you're going.
I'm sorry, where's he from?
Massachusetts.
West Newbury, Massachusetts.
Right outside of Boston.
Massachusetts. Hey, what? Don't they have a baseball team?
Yeah,
it's the Boston Red Sox.
Boston Red Sox. Hey, man. Hey, Kelsey, when was last? Or I'm sorry, the dog. When was the last time you wore a Chicago Cubs jersey?
Never in my damn life.
Any of y'all worn a Chicago Cubs jersey in the past 10 years?
I ain't even made a bet like that.
Unfortunately,
his lady
and baby girl, the other day he had on a Cubs shirt. I almost just wanted to leave the house, just not come back, but I have to. So other than that, I had to endure that.
I mean, my teacher told me at one point we ain't got to do
but
nothing
you're
stay
not,
black,
you're
pay
not
taxes.
I'm not right.
Promoting.
But I'm not promoting. I'm not rocking it. None of that.
I ain't rocking no.
So no self-respecting Boston Red Sox fans come out there in New York City wearing a Babe Ruth jersey. Nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I didn't even peep that out.
But
Didn't he do it
I mean,
before?
I was gonna say Cena has done it for every city. Back in the day, he used to wear the Spirit of St. Louis jersey when he came to St. Louis.
Yeah,
you know.
No, you're right. You're right. But I'd like to look back and go back to WrestleMania 20. He didn't wear a Yankees jersey there.
So you're saying that if he was to have a full heel move, he should have came out wearing a Boston Red Sox jersey, a Babe Ruth Boston Red Sox jersey.
Well, he wasn't going out to be a heel. That's the thing. He said heel, but he wasn't coming out to be a heel.
The heel
he was coming out there to
yeah.
get the New York fans to cheer him.
Yeah, that was the whole
And-
point.
Yeah.
And these fans, and the problem is that goes back to why a lot of people don't like John Cena, because he's a corporate puppet in their eyes. So, hey, John, we have this idea for you. Come out here and wear this Yankee stuff, so that the crowd will cheer for you. And yeah,
And the Yankees promo and a whole bit.
Well,
that's calling him a sellout. That's all I'm saying. That's
I mean,
a sellout move.
they cheered him before. They cheered when the music came on, before they even saw him.
Yeah, because they know.
Because they knew who was coming and what he was coming as.
Yeah.
So they would have been happy regardless of what he came out in. And like
he would have been. Listen, if he would have worn a Giants or Jets jersey, or half and half Giants and Jets because they're in their stadium, okay, I could see that. But you come out there in a Yankees jersey? Nah.
it went with the video. I blame the video.
Well, they didn't have to play that video. That's my point. What was he calling the shot for? He didn't call the shot.
He could have played a clip from the Super Bowl when the Giants won the Super Bowl or something like that.
Or Joe Namath, leaving the field with the
finger
in the air.
He could have had a full mink coat on. You know what I'm saying? Go like Joe Namath.
Word of life.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
You're welcome.
No, because then they would have been like, well, so like a black person.
Yeah, I still like the moment. I still like what he did there.
Plus, he couldn't come out in the Red Sox uniform. They wouldn't have been able to get the. They wouldn't have been able to get the segment done.
Right, because he
Would have just been booze everywhere.
So
work.
going
I'm just
back,
saying, this compromises.
so going back to the ladies, thoughts on that match and the finish.
Well, when I was watching it, that was when I had to shift from being in the living room to to right before I went to bed. But I mean, I liked the match. I mean, they were definitely physical. They definitely did everything they were supposed to do. The crowd was not necessarily as into it as they would have been 2 or 3 hours earlier. The finish of the match kind of came out of nowhere, but I guess that kind of leaves the door open for Ronda to say, "Hey, you didn't really beat me. That was a fluke pin type thing." So, I mean, I like it for that. But I will say that Charlotte had the longest ring entrance ever. I mean,
Yeah.
helicopter. Her entrance started before the other two's entrance.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And I was upset. I'm not gonna say upset, but it was kind of messed up how they did Rey Mysterio. Everyone knew that he had a bum ankle heading to that match with
Allegedly.
with Samoa Joe. But my thing is, either they should have had someone else take his spot, like Ali or something, or don't have them, do something. But
I'm gonna tell you, Joe.
Not even Ali.
I don't think
that was right after Kofi.
Exactly.
I ain't even paying attention to that, man.
But I just feel like
Wait, what?
I just feel like Mysterio
Why do you have a
doesn't.
problem with them doing that to Ray?
Well, I just feel like Rey Mysterio doesn't deserve to have that kind of loss. You know what I'm saying? From everything that he, done for, I know he's a company man too. He's down with whatever. But I just kind of feel like he just shouldn't have been that guy to have to suffer a loss like that in 10 seconds.
Now, here's the thing. I could understand why you would say that, but I disagree, and I'll tell you why I disagree. Rey Mysterio's done that same exact thing at WrestleMania as the winner. So I find it okay for him to do it on the losing end. He did that to JBL at WrestleMania 25.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Because it was the one time, and, he got attacked before the bell rang, didn't he?
Who, Ray?
Yeah.
He may have, but he beat JBL in 25 at WrestleMania 25.
But the duration
and
of
that's
the
when JBL
segment,
just yelled out he quit.
But the duration of the segment, though, was longer than that
remember.
because there was pre-match abuse. And then, he turned around, all offense won. This Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, that was like boom, boom, done.
Well,
And
I don't
even
think
blame
that
Rey
Rey Mysterio, I don't think that he was actually hurt. But at the same time, if the storyline is that he was hurt, which is what happened on SmackDown, if he's hurt, and that's what they're saying, then that gives him an excuse for why. That gives him an excuse for why he lost so quickly. So I don't think it hurts him. I mean, like I said, he's done it. He was on the winning end before. They gave him an out. I don't really find it to be that much of a problem. Maybe because I really enjoy Samoa Joe, but I just think that Ray's one of those guys who will be just fine. And like I said, he's done it before, so it's okay.
But this is 2 matches in a row where Samoa Joe has made quick work of his opponent. I'm starting to think Samoa Joe I don't know what's going on.
You're flexing on him.
No, I wouldn't even say that. Why are they not giving Samoa Joe that much screen time? Why are these matches not longer?
Well, why does it need to be longer? Samoa Joe's thing is he's about business. He's trying to take care of what he wants to do. I think that helps build Samoa Joe up as a threat to their actual top champion. Right now, he's the U.S. champion. They're trying to show him as a dominant U.S. champion. And
I mean, if
he's
that's
got that belt, that's his first belt in the WWE, and they're trying to tell the story of he's got that belt, and he's not letting anybody take it from him.
No.
Ultimate Warrior used to win matches in 4 seconds, too.
T-Bone.
But that helped him, too.
T-Bone, can I go ahead and predict this spoiler and crush your theory? Because did you see SmackDown Tuesday?
I saw SmackDown with him and Braun. They've done stuff before, but I don't necessarily know if they're going to wind up in the same place.
I feel
like
it coming.
could, but
I feel like
because
if you
the thing is,
okay,
go ahead.
if you've watched the commercials that they've had for the Superstar Shakeup, who are the superstars that they're advertising for both brands? You've seen Finn Balor, Sasha Banks, what's his face? Just said his name. Braun Strowman. You've seen Samoa Joe and some other people from SmackDown. I feel like those are the ones that are about to move.
I mean, again, we'll just have to wait and see, because here's what I know. They've made it a point to mention, well, tag teams could be split up, so there's going to be at least one tag team split up. But they've put so many different things. They put too many different things on different shows where something's not going to happen, and I don't know which one is or isn't going to happen at this point. You know, like Drew McIntyre showing up on SmackDown, Braun Strowman showing up on SmackDown, The Bar showing up on Raw. Somebody's not going to be on the other shows they're trying to, you know, show them up on. You know, it's just not going to happen. So, but I mean, again, even if that's the case of him and Braun, again, they're showing Samoa Joe as a dominant guy who is doing what he's doing. Braun's a dominant guy, so it would make you, you know, if this was back in like the old WCW Saturday Night days, you know, you would see Lex Luger go out here and destroy guys. You'd see Sid Vicious go out here and destroy guys. Yeah, so it'll make you interested to see what happens when Sid Vicious and Lex Luger face each other.
Right.
Real quick, because I feel like we're about to try to wrap this up. Your thoughts on the shows after Mania?
I know a lot of people were upset with the fact that they didn't unify those belts.
They couldn't
on Monday.
They couldn't do that.
If you're someone who thought, huh?
No, I was just gonna say that they couldn't do that.
Well, I mean, they could do whatever they want, but if you're somebody who thought that they were going to unify those belts, welcome to day 3 of being a wrestling fan. It's not going to happen.
Right, right.
Oh, you talking about Kofi? Yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Because all that work just to potentially have Kofi lose? Or Seth lose?
Exactly.
Or Seth.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. No.
Now, here's the thing, though. Don't count that out for happening later on. But they weren't going to do it then. But I think they planted the seed in people's head as, well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it if they did it, but the problem with me is I wouldn't hate it if they did it, but I'm probably going to hate their execution afterwards. And that's usually the issue with them, is the actual execution of things. And they can't figure out how to do something correctly. Like, think about it right now. If you had one WWE champion, but then your secondary champion was Samoa Joe, you could have Samoa Joe headline a house show against somebody and have your WWE champion on a different show headline against somebody. It'd be okay, right? I don't necessarily know about that with Finn Balor with the Intercontinental title, but you know what I mean? Like, if you make your secondary championship important, you don't have to have 2 world titles. The same way it used to be. You had Hulk Hogan as the WWF champion, the Ultimate Warrior as the Intercontinental champion. They were on 2 different shows when they were traveling across the country, and it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to go back to my last match I want to bring up is it also took an effect due to the Kofi Kingston victory, but Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre was pretty much a waste because McIntyre, and you was right against T-Bone, I expected McIntyre to perform better, and he pretty much fell flat, and it was just a job just to get Roman Reigns, kind of like reward Roman Reigns for, you know, the battle of leukemia and the whole 9. I expected bigger things from that match, but I think all the emotion from Kofi Kingston winning.
Yeah, again, I didn't even pay attention to that match either.
You know, those next 2 matches just didn't, you know, do anything. So, you know,
well,
no surprise
again,
there for you.
I don't even want to make it seem like I'm, you know, hating, you know, either one of the guys. But, you know, as I said, I didn't really care either way about that match going into it. I told you what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
But, you know, the fans there didn't really seem to care. And that's the problem. I mean, You know, you have a lot of those fans who didn't like Roman Reigns, you know, when he was on his 4-year, you know, attempt to win everybody over. And, you know, when they found out he had cancer, it was like, oh man, we've been booing this guy. You know, I kind of feel bad about it. And then when he came back, it was like, oh man, he made it back. That's awesome. And then when they settled into him being back, where it was just him and not the Shield, it's like, well, he's back. Okay. And if you notice the reactions, they're not reactions either way now. It's not him getting booed really loudly. He's not getting cheered really loudly. It's kind of a polite applause or lack of reaction from those who wanted to boo him before and just aren't doing it. So they just have to figure out what they want to do with him.
Yeah, and we have a Cardinal update. Ozuna just hit a 2-run home run. It is now Cardinals 7, Dodgers 2. And this was another blast. Looks like it was too Big Mac.
Now you catch that.
Nah. But it hit the foul pole, almost been up a deck. And that had to be
now
another.
You catch that with a hand.
It had you probably another 100 plus exit velocity.
Uh-oh. Oh, dang it.
So yeah, a great game by the Cardinals, up 7-2. But we appreciate once again your thoughts in regards to WrestleMania T-Bone 110.
Oh, one quick thing, real quick. You know, in case you all didn't get a chance to do it, check out the Ring of Honor New Japan show from Madison Square Garden. The first time that wrestling's been held in Madison Square Garden that wasn't a WWE show in, I don't know, 50 years, 60 years, something like that.
That's what's up.
And who headlined that one?
Well, you did have Jay Lethal.
Yes.
Against Matt Tavern, against Marty Scurll in the ladder match. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you all remember when you were a kid, but if you remember the tag team, the Quebecers.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Well, Pierre Carl Ouellet.
Yeah.
Not Jacques Rougeau, not him, but Carl Ouellet. He goes by the name PCO right now. Yeah, he's like 50-something years old, and he almost died this weekend.
Wow.
That's not funny, but it's the way he said it. And he almost died.
He almost died this weekend.
I don't mean like he actually died, almost died, but I'm gonna send you all a clip for you all to watch.
Oh, please do.
Please.
You know, that way you can see it right after the show's over.
The way you said that was comedy.
He almost died.
He almost died.
You know him.
Some people that I trained with. Some people that I trained with almost murdered this man. It was crazy. It shouldn't have happened.
Murder on videotape?
Huh?
I said murder on videotape.
It was at the Ring of Honor New Japan show at Madison Square Garden in front of like 20,000 people. They almost murdered this man. That was crazy. And you laugh now, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, they almost murdered this man."
Watch that video.
There was also they had a battle royal that was similar to a Royal Rumble concept, except it was probably like 20 seconds before every competitor. Some people that were featured in that match that you wouldn't normally see: Jushin Thunder Liger, who's announced his retirement coming up in January of next year. He was in the battle royal. And a returning person who's already retired but came back out, the Great Muta, was in that battle royal. So, yeah. So
I thought Jushin Thunder Liger was the one that was quadriplegic now, or was that someone else?
No, that's Hayabusa.
Oh, okay.
And I think he passed away actually.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
All right, well, T-Bone, we about to go ahead and let you go, but once again, we appreciate you providing once again your expertise, your thoughts, and everything about WrestleMania and the SmackDown and Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. And we will definitely talk to you in maybe next week or some other stuff, man.
All right, when I send y'all that clip, I want to know y'all reaction after y'all see that clip, but I'll talk to y'all next week.
All right, man. You have a good one.
Well,
all right.
as a nod to Nipsey Hussle, man, this show has been a marathon.
But that's
And
what
the marathon continues. No,
that's right. That's what happens when you have so much great stuff to talk about, man. That's sports for you. So much happening. It's the ultimate reality show.
well, the talk's about to dwindle down too. Sports about
Yeah,
to be
but
gone.
we've gone. We might have to.
You're gonna be okay, man. You
gonna be all right,
be all right.
man. You gonna be
I got
all
stuff
right.
to do, man.
see, you know what?
I got business to handle after the
See,
show.
he already gone. You know what I'm saying? Now, basically, one show per month. So you got to bear with us at least one of these shows.
Right, dang.
You know what I'm saying? Give us some slack, brother.
Good Lord, man.
Give us some
I'm thinking
slack.
about the people out there too, man.
The people need you to be here and focused.
They still watching,
Right. But
maybe.
once again, great
I
show.
hope they watching.
Real quick, we try to go rapid speed. You have a congrats, you were right.
Yeah, Dash Wilder. I know it's not a traditional grass, you were right, but congrats, man, for punching that dude, my idiot of the week, dead in the mouth. Thank you, Dash Wilder.
Myself, I called Kofi winning. And I hope to get a congrats you were wrong real soon. And I'll take it. I'll take it with a smile on my face.
All the time you want to take your... Oh, let me stop. All right. Is this your leader? Do you have anything?
Nope.
Any contestants?
I ain't even know we still did this segment.
Boy, you don't read your freaking...
I read it last week, and what happened, Smooth?
What?
Nothing.
You know what that brings me to?
What?
Bruh, you tripping.
No, because I read it last week, and it was right after the wrestling. So I'm like, all right, well, we're going to cut them three.
He's my bro, you tripping this week.
I thought we was going to cut them three like we did last week.
That we forgot we had it.
So real quick, I do have a few of them.
Okay.
Real quick.
Dear Lord.
Don't forget, leaders. Who would you take? Kofi or Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth Rollins was the leader of the Shield, and they done broke up 3 times. Kofi, they ain't broke up once. I'm taking Kofi.
D Wade or Dirk Nowitzki?
D-Wade.
D-Wade.
Got more rings, baby. And he pretty much orchestrated all them rings, too.
Yeah.
As president of basketball operation,
This is petty. This is
You
petty.
start laughing. I already know.
Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan.
Ooh wee. Dang.
Mike.
Magic.
I'll take Mike.
I take Magic, man. I don't know. Jordan just.
You see what happened when
Jordan
they
ain't
took
got
Magic?
that magic touch on her.
You see what happened when they took
No,
Magic?
no pun intended. Jordan ain't got the magic touch.
The magic touch.
All right. And then last one.
Man, what did I just say?
They got the magic touch. Oh, Lord. All right. Last but not least,
What have I done?
two divas in football. Who would be the better leader?
Odell.
Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham?
I knew Odell was one of them, and I knew Antonio was the other one. Odell, because I'm the only 2 niggas we can talk about.
I'm gonna redeem myself and say Odell. I ain't gonna say AB.
All right. Idiot of the week.
Odell.
The fool that jumped in the ring during the Hall of Fame speech, man. Look, the man Bret Hart. He's in his 60s. He's at 60, 61 years old.
Dang.
Yes,
He look rough for 60.
he had a
does.
stroke that nearly killed him.
He be stroking.
Oh no! Come on, man! This ain't no time to joke. Damn, Smooth. Why? This man had a stroke.
Why?
That nearly killed him 10 years ago. He also battled cancer that nearly killed him.
Oh, my goodness.
This man has been through a lot.
can't
He is
say
not
nothing, man,
a
nothing
active wrestler. This fool comes in here. I should give another idiot of the week here. This fool comes in here, tackles this man for no apparent reason other than that he is a dumbass. So yes, you can get the idiot of the week this week. And I'm glad that Dash Wilder hit you in the jaw just to make you remember that moment.
All right.
Congratulations.
Hold it.
Yeah.
My idiot is the dude who got caught on camera last Tuesday on SmackDown when Ali was he just darted right on the side. He was like, "Oh snap!" And
Oh, wow.
he was like, "Oh camera!" And then he just darted off. And like then they had to zoom in on Ali because apparently he wasn't supposed to be there. And then also to the person who does the graphics, apparently Vince made Mustafa Ali a one-name man, so now he's just Ali.
Right.
Yes.
But on the ring apron, it said Mustafa strong.
Strong,
like
man.
Mustafa.
And to add on to the production team or whatever, during the match with AJ Styles and Randy Orton, people were complaining because there was a big old bright yellow gold looking light that was shining right to the crowd, so they couldn't even see the match at the stadium.
Wow.
So a lot of fans immediately went to Twitter, Instagram, the whole nine, and posted, WWE, please turn off the light. Randy Orton caught this after WrestleMania and immediately said, on behalf of the WWE, we apologize, or I want to apologize that you couldn't see a great match between me and AJ Styles.
It was a good match.
But if you go on Bleacher Report or whatever, Google, and just put that in, the light that showed doing AJ Styles and Randy Orton, I mean, it was bright as day, and they couldn't see nothing. It was like God was coming from the sky.
Wow. That's bright.
Yeah. So it was
So
crazy.
it didn't affect just one person. It affected the whole stadium?
Area. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
just his area.
Yeah. So it was a light. So, of course, the ring, four corners.
Yeah.
It was a light that was going from one corner. And it faced out to a certain section of the arena. Of the stadium. And so it was blinding
that
people.
Section, boom.
And there was the same thing going on with the opposite side as well.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So you had a light here, section, section one, whatever, and another one going over here. So they couldn't hardly see the match at all.
Oh my God.
You see it?
No, but there's a report that it's going to be Becky versus Rousey at 36.
Yeah.
Well, you know that.
So that's one. Cardinal related. Brett Cecil. He's back again. So he got moved to the 60-day DL. He already had carpal tunnel surgery. He said the reason why that may have happened wasn't even baseball related. It's because he's always playing video games.
Okay.
And that's affecting the nerve in his fingers trying to pitch. So because you trying to play video games, and now he says he had to put his game away, his PlayStation, Xbox, and don't play anymore until he's retired.
That's a trade-off for getting millions of dollars to play a game.
So the Cardinals paid you 50-something mil. They paid you 50-something mil to be a reliever, and you haven't done pretty much anything since you arrived. And now you got to have carpal tunnel surgery and be out for 60 days because you busy
playing video games.
Speaking of injuries, there are also reports that AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre are both injured now.
Yeah. That's why
AJ got injured at WrestleMania.
And if you notice that match they had last night on SmackDown, Drew McIntyre, he started off, in the match, but then all of a sudden you didn't see him anymore. And what happened was, like he just said, he hurt himself and he immediately left the ring and started walking to, a back entrance. So that's why you didn't even see him in the match anymore.
Oh wow, that's light. Wow.
Yeah. I'm telling you, God came through to do that match like, hello, my children.
That's the sun shining. That was the sun of the logo. The logo was like a sun.
So another idiot of the week, Paul Pierce.
Oh yeah, we talked about that already.
There's no way, bruh.
In hell.
No way that you could say.
How will I get why he said it? You got to say. You got to have some kind of confidence.
No,
in
you
yourself.
don't. You gotta use your common sense.
And the Cardinals won, by the way, 7-2.
Come on, Cardinals. Dang, that was a quick game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a long show though.
Yeah.
Say how long the show is.
Look at him.
No, wait, no, because the game started.
The game started at the same time.
No, it didn't. At 6:45.
Oh, the game started at 6:45.
And ended before we did.
And ended before we
But
did.
we did have, once again, we had a little break because of the issues.
Oh, okay.
So it is. All right. And last one, the team that we just beat, the Dodgers, they have a promotion going on, celebrating the Kirk Gibson home run.
Okay.
So that's all good, right?
Yeah.
They used a picture of Kurt Flood.
No. So here's the issue. Who made that famous call on the radio when Kirk Gibson hit that home run?
On the radio?
Yes. Well, I'm sorry, on TV.
Jack Buck.
The Dodgers are promoting it as if it was Vince Scully.
Well, he did call that game on the radio.
He did call that play that you just said.
He did not call that game at all.
No. What I'm saying is he didn't make that call. I don't believe what I just saw.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers are promoting the event as if Vince Scully made
that call.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
Oh, yeah, that's disrespectful.
Y'all got to catch hands now.
Yeah.
Oh, nah. Yeah. Joe better run up on somebody. Like, you're disrespecting my father.
Yeah.
Catch these hands.
I can hear him saying that for real, too.
So that's a big no-no. I mean, that's like us saying, oh, so that's like Ozzie Smith must have hit the home run against Dennis Eckersley in that game. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like really Dodgers, y'all should know better than just say, you know, that's Vince Scully and not
That's cool. That's why we whooping y'all.
Right. And the Blues are now winning 2-1. Yes. Third period game is almost over. So for everyone who we just announced for Idiot of the Week,
congratulations. You played yourself.
Hey, y'all had one job, bro. Get y'all heads out y'all asses.
Oh, y'all need to stop. Get some help.
Y'all some dumbasses.
You, all of you. Y'all some new fools.
We kind of went out of order, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
you know, it has been a minute since we did that, though, for real.
Yeah.
All right. Last one, not least. What if?
Man, what if this show is a little shorter now?
Hey, boy, if you don't leave this show alone,
I got stuff to do.
Man,
what
if Ty Gurley finds a way to overcome this arthritis?
Arthritis?
In his knee.
You know about that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Were
I
you
thought
not?
he had a knee injury.
No,
were you not here when we talked about that?
They found out that he
here.
has arthritis in his knee.
Well, dang, that could affect his whole career.
And the Blues officially won Game 1.
Yes!
Yeah, so that's all bad. And I brought this up to King Young. I was like, that's a good thing we don't got that extension before the season last year, right?
But let's go.
Because if they knew now what they knew, if they knew then what they knew now.
Mine was the one about the damn arthritis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You gonna steal mine? What's
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
All
Damn.
right. I already told my what if. What if this show is shorter?
We waiting on you, Cletus.
Really? They ain't no real what if.
Yes, it is.
Ain't sports related.
That's my
Yes,
what
it
if.
is, because I'd be somewhere else right now. Oh, man.
All right.
The only way this show will be short is if you go out of town again.
Right.
Because we be out of here 45
No, if I was out of town, y'all wouldn't be doing the show at all.
Counterpoint. Boom.
boom, boom, go.
Bam.
We ain't never got no what ifs, idiots. Nothing. We be out of
What
here.
if? Nope.
Nope. You got an idiot? Nope. All right.
You tripping?
Well,
Nope.
we
I
gone.
ain't tripping. All right, we go.
Bro, you tripping? No, I ain't tripping. You tripping? No, I ain't tripping.
All right, well, then come on.
It ain't no problem.
All right.
Bringing out all the oldies today, huh?
My what if Linda McMahon showed up and made a deal with AEW?
Boy, what you mean made a deal?
She signed on. She's full. You know, whatever role they want for her.
She ain't stupid, bro. Come on.
That'd just be mind blowing.
Most of that money
of
that money ain't even hers, and I guarantee you they signed a prenup. Vince ain't stupid. Do it if you want to, Linda. Gonna be living in the guest house.
All right, people. That was our extended show.
We out of here.
We out of here. We hope that you all have enjoyed it. Hey, it's live. We just do our thing. We have fun doing it. We keep it authentic. Hope to see y'all next week. I am your boy Smooth.
And Sadal.
And I'm making it do what it do. This is Stand, baby.
Because when it's about sports,
it becomes our business, and business just picked up. Yes!
Take it all. Stay smooth, my friends.
Power up on him, man. I don't know what the hell it was for. I really
I
don't.
was gonna do it last week, but you wasn't here.
Oh, for old time's sake, huh?
Yeah, but you wasn't there, so I had to wait.
All the electrolytes, zero sugar.
Já vi polícia, já. Vou ter que... Nossa. Tá ligado que a gente vai ser preso, hein?
Tom Brady done. Is he finished?
And Green Bay is not Green Bay right now.
Ah, mas como o maluco foi fazer isso? Fazer isso, Bob Esponja burro.
Let's go back to Philly.
Bob Esponja é mó burro, hein, mano? Quer saltar o banco e mata o companheiro, mano. Burro, hein, mano?
And he's facing his former team, so you know it's gonna be some animosity.
And in the #1 spot for now. Seeing that field in Mexico City, it shows how stupid the NFL is. Now the East. How we looking? Favorite team. Her favorite team. With this trade happening, does this mean the Sixers are the front runners, are the favorites?
So you're gonna stand up here and defend a player that just went 1 for 11, and then all of a sudden got sick.
Hard day getting on my nerves, but you know I'm here. I'm talking about sports, man. So I ain't even thinking about work right now. I'm thinking about sports.
That's why your laptop dead.